Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions review, wear test, try on, all that fun stuff on the new Rare Beauty collection. I picked up a couple products in store. I'm so excited to be filming this video. I've never been so excited to film a video like this. Selena Gomez for me has been a role model from my childhood up until now. I've always loved her. I've loved her music. I've loved Wizards of Waverly Place, guys. Like, what's that? Like, if you know, you know. Like, Wizards of Waverly Place was my life. I have Disney Plus specifically for the Wizards of Waverly Place movie and the show. Like, it has just been my life for as long as I can remember. And this brand, I mean, like, there's nothing bad to say about it. Honestly, the concept behind it, the fact that Rare Beauty is an advocate for mental health, it really gets my heart going. The fact that they're going to be donating 1% of sales to mental health organizations is absolutely amazing. I don't feel like a lot of big brands out there spread the message and spread the word of mental health. Mental health is so serious nowadays. I feel like, especially with everything going on in the world, there's a lot of people who are suffering more now than ever with mental health, and Selena is so amazing for doing what she's doing with this brand. The thought behind the packaging, it being easier for people to open with lupus, it is just so thoughtful. And honestly, like, I can't wait to test out all these products for you guys. And I'm so excited to be filming this video today in honor of her name and her brand. So if you like to see me test out all these products today and give you my final review, first impressions, wear test, all that fun stuff, just keep on watching. I didn't purchase the whole collection, but I did purchase like the basics of the collection. So as I go along with the products I'm going to use, I'm just going to read to you from the Sephora website what they claim to do and basically what they are. So first things first, I didn't get the illuminating primer. However, I got the Always and Optimist 4-in-1 prime and set mist. So this is basically like a setting spray as well as like a primer. So this is what I'm going to use as my primer today. I love the packaging that they come in. I find it looks so clean and very simple and very sleek. So this is what it looks like. And it's so pretty. I love this nude on the clear bottle. So basically the directions are just to shake it very well and then to go ahead and apply. So I'm looking at the ingredient list, and there's a lot of ingredients that catch my eye right away, like glycerin, niacinamide, squalene. Like, all those ingredients are very hydrating for the skin. There is essential oils in this mist that I'm not very fond of, but I mean, I feel like nowadays every product that is out on the market has essential oils or any kind of fragrance. So it says it's a glow boosting mist that hydrates, primes, sets, and refreshes skin. So I'm gonna shake that up a bit. I'm gonna use this as my primer. That feels nice. The mist is really nice. And then we're gonna go on to foundation. So I picked up the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation in the color 250W. And basically this foundation says it's a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable, medium to full coverage with a natural finish. So it's good for normal, dry, combination, oily skin. So basically all skin types. It says just to shake well. And there's like that little, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's like a little ball in the foundation that helps it shake up really well. So I'm just gonna shake this up a bit. And I love this packaging. So if you guys don't know, Selena has lupus, and one of the side effects of lupus is joint pain. So she made the packaging easier for people to open that have joint pain, which I think is really thoughtful as a brand. I'm gonna do like always, one side with a sponge and then one side with a brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and, ooh, this is really liquidy. It's like water. There are some tools in the collection. I didn't purchase any of them because I have so many tools. It's crazy. So I didn't feel like I needed them, but I've heard really good things about the, oh my god, I look crazy. I heard really good things about the the foundation brush and the concealer brush, so maybe I'll pick that up. But for now, I think I'm okay. Okay, so I just finished applying the foundation on both sides of my face. And so first of all, this texture of this foundation is really unique, I find. It's very liquidy. It's almost like it feels like water with foundation. Like, it is so lightweight. It feels like there's nothing on my skin, and I love the way it made my skin look. It looks very hydrated, very dewy. I feel like you might have to set this in certain areas, like around the nose area, the smile line. Since I do have eczema, I normally get dry like right on the top of my lip here, and a bit in the corners of my lips, and a little bit here on the sides of my nose. And I do see that the foundation is accentuating those dry spots. I don't know if it's picking up much, but just here it's accentuating my dryness, and I do see it like when I'm looking in the mirror, and a bit on the sides of my lips a bit, and just a bit in the creases of my nose. So nothing too crazy. It's really like one of the main things I noticed. It doesn't throw me off or anything. It's just something I noticed while applying the foundation. So, like, to be fair, I didn't prime with a hydrating primer. I just used the setting mist. So I feel like if I were to use a hydrating primer like my Smashbox primerizer, I think that I would not even notice those dry areas. So that's just something I noticed when applying the foundation. But other than that, it looks like I could look past that, because it looks so beautiful on my skin. It literally makes your skin like, it looks like your skin but better. So that's what I love. I love foundations that do that. I don't find a huge difference with the sponge and the brush. I feel like because it is so liquidy, there's not much to observe. Maybe just that the Beauty Blender side, the sponge side gave me a bit more dewiness because of its dampness, but other than that, the look of the foundation looks absolutely the same. I'm also going to check in a bit later to do like a wear test for a couple of hours to see how it's wearing on my skin, if I still love it, if there's some things that I'm noticing. But as of right now, I really do love the way this makes my skin look. It's natural, it's beautiful, looks healthy, and I'm all for that. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna go in with the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. This is also in the shade 250W. So when you go to purchase your foundation, there'll be your foundation, and then there'll also be the concealer that matches best. So that's exactly what I did. I picked up the color that matched my foundation, and I love this packaging. Like, you hear the click? It's like, it assures you that it's closed and no air is getting in. Look how unique this is. It's flat, but yet pointy, so that you could get at all those crevices of your face. Focus, hello. I just finished applying the concealer, and gives like a beautiful coverage, but it's also lightweight. The same thing I noticed though is that it's just sitting kind of where I'm dry. Like, I have eczema under my eyes and around my eyes, and I just find, especially on this eye here, just in the inner corner a little bit, it's accentuating my dryness. But I'm kind of on the fence, because I feel like if I would have used a hydrating primer and not just the setting mist, I wouldn't find that the foundation and the concealer would be picking up on these dry areas as much. I don't know if it's picking up, but just in those areas there, I don't know if you could see, like, you see more if I'm pulling my skin down a bit. Just here a bit, it's picking up a lot of the dryness in my skin. I mean, I feel like if my skin was really, really hydrated and not so dry, I would love this even more. If I'm looking from far, I don't see it, but as soon as I go close up, I do notice that it's accentuating my dry areas. So I would just suggest that if you're super dry, to really hydrate your skin like me. I didn't purchase the eyeliner or the highlighters, but I did purchase the blush and the lip balm. So I'm going to quickly finish up the rest of my eyes and just put some mascara, a little bit of bronzer, and I'll be back to test out these two products. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm back. I just popped on a little bit of lip liner, mascara, brows, and I'm going to test out the last two products, which is the soft matte liquid blush in the color Bliss and the With Gratitude Dewy lip balm in the shade Thankful. So the blush claims to be a long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush. So there's a lot of hype about these blushes. Apparently they're so good, so I was so excited to pick up the color Bliss. There are a lot of other shades. I feel like the shade variation for these blushes are actually quite nice. They're suitable for all skin tones. So I picked up Bliss. I also wanted to pick up Joy, but it was out of stock, so when that restocks, I'll definitely pick up that color as well. So these are very pigmented. Again, it comes with the super cute packaging. Instead of it being nude, it's gold. I love that a lot. And then the applicator, it's a flat applicator, and on the sides it's angled, so you could really apply the blush where you'd like. But I'm just going to apply some on the back of my hand first, because it does say that it is very pigmented, so I don't want to ruin the face makeup. So I'm just going to put, oh, it's so beautiful. See that? Oh wow, it's like a coral pink. I'm going to pick some up on the brush and I'm going to apply it to my face. So as I have it on the back of my hand, what I'm realizing is that it does dry matte, and it does dry pretty fast, but it still gives you enough time to maneuver the product. I love blush. Like, blush for me, it like ties everything together, and I am living for this blush. This is stunning. I love it. I want every shade. The formula is so beautiful. Like, it's a liquid blush, but it dries matte, and it's stunning. And I put a powder bronzer on purpose to see if the liquid blush would disturb the powder, and it did not. It applied so beautifully on top of the powder bronzer, and I love that. I love that I could use this blush with a powder bronzer. I know that's like a huge no-no to put powder than liquid, but that's kind of what I wanted to test out, like if this blush is strictly just for cream looks, and I love that it's not. I love that I could wear this on top of a powder bronzer, and I love the way it looks on my skin. I love it. It looks like natural flesh, if that makes sense. Do you see how stunning this is? So I picked up the With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm in the shade Thankful. So it says it's a hydrating fuse-free balm that adds a hint of just kiss color and soft shine. So I saw the lip souffles, but I wasn't a huge fan of the color selection. I didn't feel like they were everyday lipsticks, and they do dry matte, and recently I've really been into like juicy, shiny, beautiful lips, so I didn't feel like I was gonna get much use out of that. So this is the packaging of the balm, and I think it's so pretty. It's a beautiful warm brown. So I'll swatch it for you. Oh, you see that pigment? Super pigmented, and that felt really creamy. I'm gonna pop that on top of what I have on right now. So I just popped on that lip, and wow, like the formula of these lip balms are beautiful. They're so pretty. They're so pigmented, and they're also very buttery. So this shade is perfect for fall. I find it's a beautiful brown fall shade. Just to set everything together, I'm gonna go back in with the mist priming spray just to set everything in place. So I feel like finishing off with that setting mist just made everything look so much better, like less powdery, less matte. Before I applied this, my face was very matte and looked a bit dull, but applying moisture back into my skin makes everything look so beautiful. I don't know if you can tell a difference, but I instantly saw a difference when I looked in the mirror. Wow, that changed everything. This just literally changed everything. Not bad. Maybe I'd like this more as a finishing spray rather than a primer. So first impressions right off the bat, to start off with the Rare Beauty 4-in-1 Always Optimist Mist. As a primer, I would pass on this as a primer. I didn't think that it primed my skin very well for the foundation, especially since I'm dry. I wouldn't use this as a primer again. Like, I would much rather go in with my Smashbox primerizer, but as a finishing spray, that's a whole different story. Like, the way it made my skin look after applying the powder and the blush and the concealer, everything looks a lot more hydrated. So I feel like this as a finishing spray rather than a primer, you'll love it a lot more, because I feel like I would not reach for this as a primer like ever again. But to set my makeup, I really love the way it made my skin look. Like, my skin has more hydration into it now. It looks more youthful and glowy. As for the foundation, as of right now, I love the way it's making my skin look. It looks like my skin, but better. Without makeup on, I'm sure you could see that I have a lot of pigmentation on my skin because I have a lot of freckles. I have a lot of beauty marks. In my family, under eye circles are very common, so I was really fortunate enough to be blessed with that. However, the power of makeup, always. So using this, I really found that it gave my skin a beautiful look. It made everything look all even. The only thing, like I said, that's a bit upsetting is the fact that it sits in my dry areas, but like I said, I didn't prime very well. I bet if I use a hydrating primer, my thoughts would be completely different. I love the fact that it's so liquidy that it almost feels like nothing on your skin. It's so lightweight. I feel like one layer is your light coverage, but it's also medium coverage. So that's my thoughts on the foundation. Moving on, we have the concealer. So the concealer right off the bat is a very, very lightweight concealer. I love this doe foot applicator. It got right in the crevices of all the areas I wanted to apply the product. The consistency of it is very, very blendable. It gave a perfect amount of coverage to my under eyes, not being too cakey, not being too full coverage. And honestly, the only thing that, again, is throwing me off is how it sunk right into my dry patches. It really just, like, it sucked the moisture out of my skin. But for right now, I do like this. I don't hate it. And I'll just keep playing around with it. The next thing is the blush. And I literally have nothing bad to say about this. This is beautiful. The formula of this is crazy. I've never tried a cream blush like this before in my life. I'm a huge fan of the glossy cloud paints, and I feel like this might replace that. I feel like this was the hit in the collection. So this is 100% go. Like, don't even hesitate. This is a winner for me. And then last but not least, the lip balm. I really do love this on my lips. I keep looking at my lips in the mirror and they look so juicy, so glossy, and I can't wait for them to come out with more shades. So all that to say, I'll be checking in a bit later. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye. I'm back after a long 5.5 hours. So I've gathered all my thoughts, and there are a couple things I want to touch base on, and there are a couple things that I noticed while wearing this foundation. First things first, I really think that mist changed everything. I don't find that my skin looks as dry as it looked before I sprayed the mist. I find that my skin still looks very hydrated and dewy. However, in other areas, I find that my dryness has really come through on my upper lip and the corners of my mouth, and a bit here around my nose, into my forehead, and in my under eye area. The concealer and the foundation really like sucked up all the moisture in those areas. Nothing that is too crazy. Like I said, I didn't use a hydrating primer, so I really think that is what is making those areas look even more dry. But other than that, the foundation looks really, really nice. I don't know if it's picking up much on camera, but just right here and right here, I find that it looks a bit dry and a bit heavy in those areas. I don't know if you could see in my under eye area right here, like right in the inner corner. I don't know if you guys could see it, if it's picking up much on camera. I have dry skin there, and the concealer really sat in those dry spots. On my upper lip area where I have my eczema, in the inner corners of my mouth, but everywhere else looks stunning. Like my cheek areas, there's no dry spots whatsoever. The foundation has not moved. The only thing that I would say is that if you are dry, just make sure to hydrate very well. And because they're not very hydrating foundations, or it's not a hydrating concealer, that's probably why it accentuated my dryness that much. But other than that, I could look past where it gets dry just because I feel like it's preventative. I find with any foundation that's not made for dry skin, does that. The blush looks beautiful. It's lasting on my skin so long. It's super matte, which I like because it looks more natural, I find. The blush is definitely my favorite. The lipstick that I had on, it lasted quite a long time. Like, I want to say that maybe it only really wore off an hour ago, and it left my lips really soft. As for the mist, I wouldn't use it as a primer. I would really specifically just use it as a finishing mist. So I didn't like the way that it made my skin look as a primer. The only thing I did like about it was, like I said, it was tacky, so I know that the foundation gripped on well to that. The foundation, I would still give it a 4 out of 5. Concealer is still 4 out of 5, despite the fact that it did make me look a bit dry in certain areas. Everywhere else looks beautiful. The blush, my god, so good, 5 out of 5. And the lip balm, 5 out of 5. I think my top 2 products would really be the blush and the lipstick. These two are like the staples for me right now, and I can't wait for Rare Beauty to release more products. It was so fun to see out these products, and the brand is very, very unique. So please let me know if you guys have picked up some Rare Beauty products, if you guys tried out things that I haven't tried out today that you think that I would like. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on Rare Beauty, because I'd love to hear them and love to hear your feedback. So that's all from me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.